A lot of parents write to me to ask more about me, why I do what I do, how did the curious parent end up starting, and where is all of this going. So here is a little bit about me and the curious parent. My name is Harpreet. My friends call me Happy. Most of you online know me as the curious parent. And let me share a little bit more about my journey and how I ended up here. I did my engineering from IIT Bombay. I graduated in 2005. In 2007, I started a company called CoCubes. The name came from the first two letters of three words, connecting colleges and companies. I ran that company for about 12 years. We sold the company in 2017 to Aon Hewitt, which is one of the world's largest HR consulting firms. After selling the company, I ended up writing a book on entrepreneurship. Penguin commissioned that. The book is called Let's Build a Company. After writing the book, I went back to pursue my love for mountaineering. I started in 2006, but now I spent 3 years mountaineering. Actually, on my final long mountaineering trip, one incident happened which changed the direction of what I wanted to do. I had gone to climb Dhaulagiri, which is world's 8th highest mountain, and at 7,000 meters, I was sitting in a snowstorm in a small tent with my Sherpa. He did not know Hindi or English. He was just cooking. I was watching movies and all the movies finished. And the phone still had battery, snow outside, nothing else to do. I started flipping through pictures of our daughter. Our daughter was, I think, about 3 years old. And suddenly I realized, what am I doing here? I should not be here. That at this age when our daughter is 3, I don't want to spend 30 days, 40 days away from our daughter. So the next day I got a helicopter and I went back home and started spending more time with her. I built fitness. So after that I started doing ultra marathons for a couple of more years. But around this time, my mom started calling me and she said, you're not doing anything with your life. You have to start doing something. So, all of us should hear what our parents say. I listened to my mom. I sat down, I took a pen and paper. I started writing business plans. And I wrote 3-4 business plans. And then I spoke to TVG. TVG has been my coach. He's a wise 77-year-old then, now I think 82. And I told him, TVG, these are the businesses I'm looking to do. But I'm not getting the full enthusiasm for it. And he said, Harpreet. I said, yes, TVG. He said, you made some money by selling your company. I said, yes, TVG. He said, you're not the kind of person who wants to buy a yacht. I said, no, TVG. He said, then why do anything? And I thought that was profound. I left all the business plans. It genuinely made an impact on me that why should I do anything? So I left everything and I decided to do nothing. And for the next 3 years, I just floated. If you came to meet me, I went to meet you. If a friend asked for beer, I went there. If my wife asked me to get bhindi, I went to get bhindi. Spent so much time observing our daughter, going down with her, just playing and not thinking about the next day. But by the end of 3 years, I realized that joy was seeping out of life. I was becoming less joyful. And I realized that to be joyful, one needs to learn something. This is our biology. This is why children play more, because they want to learn more about the world. Hence, they play more. In all species across the world, children play more than adults because they're learning more. And when we stop learning is when joy goes out of our life. So I thought, what should I learn? And when I reflected on those 3 years, I realized that whenever I had free time, I was going back and reading books on children, on child psychology. So I decided to research parenting and start putting out content on parenting. Actually, before that, I first thought, okay, should I go and do a degree in parenting? But I thought, let me try and do it myself. So I started writing. I put out a podcast by the name of The Curious Parent. Around this time, a friend introduced me to Tejas. Tejas is from IIT Jodhpur and working with Michelin tires. But he was another person who I found was as passionate about parenting as I was. And after the first meeting, he decided to leave his job and we started to do this together. But a friend, the same friend who had introduced me to Tejas, he came and he said, yaar, tum Instagram ki video banao. You should make videos for Instagram. And I said, look, I don't want to make videos for Instagram because I don't want to be in front of a camera. I don't want to put my face out there. I'm not comfortable with it. But he said, no, you stand against a wall. I will shoot. So I stood against a wall. In 30 minutes, we made 4 or 5 videos and he put them out. And those 4 or 5 videos got more views than 6 months of podcast. And I realized that I have to choose between what I want in terms of my face not being out there, and wanting to, my wish that every parent in the world should understand their child. We went in the direction of doing more videos for Instagram, and our Instagram went from 0 followers to 1 million followers in 17 months. And that was good growth, good feedback. And what started happening was that the parents started asking a lot of questions and I started answering them. So I would, sit till 2 a.m. at night replying to questions of parents. I did it for 2-3 months and I realized that I can't do this anymore. The same questions keep coming back again and again. So I said, what should I do? So I made a course called Understanding Your Child. And I put it online, pay what you want. Parents started paying 1 rupee, 11 rupee. And that was okay, but they were not seeing the course. So we made the course paid and made it 1,000 rupees. And we said, after seeing the course, you can ask any question also that you have. And that led to a lot of parents buying it. Around the same time, after a year of doing this, we realized that parents are asking a lot of questions around schools. Parents are somehow less interested in the child, but more interested in education. And I had spent these 13-14 years of my life doing edtech, working with colleges, corporate. So I understood education a lot. So I said, okay, let me research more. And agar kaan aise nahi pakad sakte, to aise pakad lenge. Let's make a course on how to select the right school for your child. This is the second course we made. We made it for 2,000 rupees and we put it online. And that course has been doing well. So currently I'm spending most of my time building a framework so that any parent in the world can understand their child in every situation. This is what gets me out of bed every morning. My wish is that every parent in this universe should understand their child, and I want to continue spending time on that, learning more about parenting, children education, and sharing what I learn with everyone. I have received thousands of messages of how the curious parent has helped a family become more loving towards their child, understand their own child. So many messages, and I'm grateful that this is useful for you. You are the person because of which this channel is being built. Thank you for being a curious parent. I wish your family lots and lots of joy.